a strange vibration in the ground. Then the movement reaches its legs. Thousands of caterpillars begin crawling over the grass, then onto its hooves. For the insects, the horse is not an enemy. It is simply terrain. Caterpillars are driven by one simple instinct: feed and move forward. Their tiny bodies follow chemical signals left by others in the swarm, forming enormous migrating lines that can stretch for kilometers. Some species move in coordinated formations known as processions, where each caterpillar follows the one ahead like a living chain. From above, it looks like rivers of movement flowing across the land. But here's where things become even stranger. Many of these caterpillars carry defensive weapons. Tiny hairs called to predators. These microscopic spikes are a nightmare. They break easily, releasing irritating toxins that cause itching, inflammation, and sometimes severe allergic reactions. When billions move together, the air itself can become filled with these drifting hairs. For the horse, the sensation becomes impossible to ignore. Its muscles tense. The skin twitches. The swarm keeps coming. And scientists are still trying to understand how such enormous synchronized outbreaks begin in the first place. Why would nature allow insects to multiply on such a massive scale? The answer lies in one of evolution's oldest strategies: overwhelm the system. Predators can only eat so much. Birds, reptiles, and small mammals feast on caterpillars constantly. But when billions appear at once, predators simply can't keep up. The swarm becomes too large to control. This strategy is known as, by appearing in huge numbers at the same time, even fragile creatures dramatically increase their chances of survival. Most will still be eaten, but enough survive to transform. Inside each caterpillar is a hidden future, one of the most extraordinary biological transformations on Earth: metamorphosis. Within weeks, many of these crawling larvae will dissolve inside cocoons and rebuild themselves into entirely new creatures. Moths or butterflies. A body built for crawling becomes one designed for flight. Yet even here, scientists face a mystery. During these outbreaks, caterpillars often change their behavior. They migrate farther. They feed faster. They form larger groups. Something about extreme population density seems to alter their instincts. But exactly how this transformation happens remains unclear. As the caterpillars spread, the forest begins to change. Entire tree canopies vanish. Leaves fall like green snow as millions of tiny mouths chew continuously. This level of defoliation can look devastating. But nature often works in cycles. Some forests have evolved alongside these outbreaks for thousands of years. Trees lose their leaves, but grow them back weeks later. Bird populations temporarily explode with the sudden abundance of food. Even the soil benefits. When billions of caterpillars leave droppings across the forest floor, nutrients return rapidly to the ecosystem. Yet one mystery still puzzles researchers. What triggers the sudden end of these outbreaks? After years of calm, populations suddenly surge, then collapse again just as dramatically. Disease, parasites, weather shifts all play a role. But the exact balance of forces that controls these cycles is still not fully understood. Nature seems to follow rhythms we are only beginning to detect. For the black horse, the experience is brief, but unforgettable. Thousands of caterpillars cover its hooves and legs before slowly moving past. The animal shakes its body, stomps, and eventually steps away from the moving tide. Within hours, the swarm continues onward, leaving behind stripped leaves, faint tracks in the grass, and a forest that looks strangely altered. But the insects will not remain caterpillars for long. Soon the trees will fill with cocoons. Weeks later, the air itself may darken with newly emerged moths lifting into the night sky. A transformation on a scale almost impossible to imagine. And yet, it happens quietly, hidden in forests around the world. Events like this remind us how strange the natural world truly is. A creature as large as a horse can suddenly find itself surrounded by billions of tiny lives moving with unstoppable purpose. No leader, no plan, just instinct multiplied across unimaginable numbers. Scientists continue studying these outbreaks, hoping to understand the forces that trigger them. But every answer reveals deeper questions. Why do some years produce only a few caterpillars, while others unleash swarms that reshape entire forests? What hidden signals coordinate these sudden explosions of life? And how many other natural phenomena like this remain completely unseen? Because even today, much of our planet's living world operates in quiet cycles far beyond human awareness. Forests breathe, oceans shift, insects rise in numbers beyond counting. And somewhere, right now, beneath the leaves and soil, another swarm may already be waiting,